Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, August 19th, 2021. We again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away of the price from the day traders and the algorithms. I always consider the closing price to be the most valid price of the day, and therefore that is why I make my buying and selling decisions right near the close based upon those final closing prices. So I believe it is a long-term edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. It's nice to see everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're being careful out there. This has been a crazy, wild market. Holy hamburgers. I mean, to say the least. I mean, the volatility is off of the charts today. So yeah, hope you're staying safe. Adhering to your process, position sizing correctly, and basically following your rules and being patient. So currently, let's look and see what the markets are doing. Okay, the Dow is down 46 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it has been all over the place. NASDAQ is now positive 41 points, 0.28%, and the S&P is up 9.55. So it's been wild. It's been volatile. Dow Jones have still red, but the NASDAQ and the S&P have turned positive. So, all right. Well, listen, here is the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my two positions, Beyond Meat and SPY. We're going to see how those trades worked out. I did have a couple day trades today, several day trades today that I'm going to share with you. As well, after that, we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions. We're going to take a look and see where they bought them, where they're at, how they're doing. Should be a lot of fun, and I do see some green over there. Thank goodness. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology. As you know, most important part of trading, the most important skill. If you're finding yourself not being able to follow your process, if you don't have the self-discipline to do it, you need some work on that. If there's anything I can help you with, please let me know. I know it's a tough thing. So yeah, you know, if you're having issues with it and you want to have some help or some advice or whatever, just, you know, let me know. I've been through it all, I promise you, and I'm sure I'll have something to say about it, but would like to help you if that's the case, because if you don't get under control, you're going to have a tough time with trading. So that's why I like to talk about it. After that, I do have some end of day candidates today. I did go down through my watch list. I did go down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have three requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, Confluent's combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, good risk to reward ratio at least 2-to-1 based upon strong, solid support below you and strong and likely resistance above you. If I'm willing to risk $1,000 a trade, I need to be able to make $2,000 or more to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, please have a complete trading plan regardless of what stock you buy, regardless of what methodology that you use. For me, what's included in a complete trading plan is 1, position sizing based upon the market's current volatility. 2, knowing what my maximum allowed loss is. 3, knowing where my emergency stop is. 4, knowing where my end of day stop is. 5, knowing where my intraday profit targets are. 6, knowing where significant overhead resistance levels are. And 7, making sure that I have a good, solid trailing stop methodology using good trading principles so that I allow my winners to run, but I don't allow them, if I have a nice winning trade, to give it all back. All right, so it's a lot harder than just buying and selling, right? You have to take a lot into consideration. So I'll go, as we get closer to the end of the day, I will go down through my watch list. I'll try to narrow down the candidates, looking at the multiple time frames, looking at the risk to rewards, keeping everything in mind. And if I find something that does look good, makes sense to me, I will buy it right before the close of the market. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. Happy to clarify. And if you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the market close, just let me know. Happy to look at those, and I'll do my best to give you my best honest opinion on them, and I'll do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if my students have any new entries or exits for me today, if you could please just wait till the end of the close of the market so that I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and all the pressure is off, and then we'll take as much time as we need to get them taken care of, okay? My voice is a little weak today. I woke up feeling a little, I don't know, like a little bit of a cold or something like that. So my voice is a little weak, so bear with me today. And so right now we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's see who is here today. Anya is here. Nice to see you, Anya. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are feeling well today and having a good day. Michael Wilkinson, aka Lova, is here. Nice to see you, Lova. Paxton is here. Hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Paxton. Nice to see you. Nigma says, hi, not good. Sorry, buddy. But it is nice to see you, which is good. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg and all. Nice to see you, Johnson. Hello, Steve Burns. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I always appreciate it. You know that, and you know everyone else does as well. And Steve says, hello, traders. Frank is here, another person I need to thank for his great poems every day. Hello, Greg and group. Hello, Frank. Good to see you. Paxton says, can you look at coin or MSTR? They look the same. I would imagine they would. They're both kind of derivatives of Bitcoin. Coinbase, it's a return to value V1. However, there's no sideways motion. We go down, we go down, we go down, and just a bounce. So for me, that wouldn't be a good place for me to buy. MSTR, same, like you said, big return to value into the value zone, but we went lower, this went lower, and then just a bounce. I don't trust these. I need sideways motion. See over here, Paxton? This is sideways. This doesn't look like sideways, right? This is sideways. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Thank you for everything that you contribute to this channel with your scanner. Really appreciate it. Hope you and the family are doing well and that you're feeling well today. Johan is here. Good to see you, Captain. Hope you're having a good evening in Hong Kong or wherever you may be. There's my good friend Ava. Ava, nice to see you. Nice short trade on Netflix today. Proud of you. George Gonzalez is here. Good to see you, George. Appreciate you being here as always. Steve says, I have deleted all Chinese stocks off my watch list as the China government risk has destroyed their charts. Yeah, let's look at BABA. Well, it did bounce off the bottom a little bit, but my gosh, down 6.17%. I mean, this is just insane. Horrible. A good example of if your stop was here, but you think it's too low, and now it's here, how do you get out of it because you think it's too low? Then it goes down. How do you get out of it? Think it's too low. It's a vicious cycle, everyone. Just get out when you're supposed to and get on to something better. Tom is here. Good to see you, Tom. Good lesson last night. I'm so sorry for being a few minutes late there. Hope you can forgive me. But boy, what a great student Tom is. I mean, one take Tom. You tell him one time and he has it. But thanks, bud. Good seeing you. Tracy is here. Hi, Tracy. Nice to see you as always. Hope you're having a good day. Steve Burns says, my put options were up 35% for a few seconds after the open this morning. Then it's been a roller coaster ride after that. Yeah, it's tough with puts, you know. It's tough with puts. It's tough with everything. But I guess you just have to follow your plan. So they were up 35%. SPY's up right now, so I don't know if they're up anymore or not. Kamal says, Steve Burns, that Baba, ouch. Khalid is here. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you, Khalid. Always nice to have you back. Hope you're having a good day, sir. David is here. Nice to see you, Mr. David. Hope you and the family are all doing well, my friend. All right. Well, I don't have a lot of positions, thankfully. I've been very fortunate in the last couple days to have, I think yesterday I had one position. I had SPY. It was overnight SPY trade. Today I have Beyond Meat and SPY, both down, but you know, considering the market and all of this. So Tom, Dynamic Duo, and I did buy Beyond Meat yesterday. False breakout to the downside, bullish divergence, V1. Red line here is my stop at 117.60. It is down 2.86% today. So I'm going to have to follow my rules. I'm going to have to follow what I preach, right? And get out of my trade. It's okay. It's a bummer, you know. It's a bummer that it went down. I like the trade. I'd take it again. But we didn't know we were going to run into the apocalypse market today, right? So anyway, I will get out of this trade, lock in the loss of 2.9%, unless for some miracle it closes back above 117.60. All right, SPY, overnight SPY trade. Well, this has not been a good week for the overnight SPY trade. I can tell you that. We bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. It's probably the worst 5 days of the overnight SPY trade that I've had this year for sure. But it's okay. I position size pretty small because it's something I do every day. But I will buy this again today. I will buy it at the buy it at the close and sell it first thing tomorrow morning. I did buy yesterday at the close at 639.18, sold at 636.30, so got wumped up on and sold right at the very low, right? So that's rude, but that's how it goes, everybody. So I will be buying this today at the close, and that's it. All right, so that's all as far as the swing trades. I did have a nice trade, and Ava, by the way, this is what brought me into this trade. This is what brought it to my radar. Yesterday on Pfizer, this is on the daily, we had a big down bar, right? I mean, just a very, very bearish down bar. It didn't close under 70, but you know, it was a big down bar, more than 2 ATRs, V1, all that kind of stuff. Came from a higher high. Then we rallied. After we rallied, I'm glad I didn't wait till I got to the very half point. Like right here is what I was waiting for to look for a trade on the smaller time frame. But it did rally back into the bar. And then I turned my attention to the 5-minute bar, and I looked for a short based upon what the daily looked like. Here was my short on Pfizer earlier today. We had a rejection of the -1 ATR channel and a V1 to the downside. We also rejected previous highs over here. We rejected the previous resistance, and I shorted here after the end of the bar at 42, what is that? 42.72 with the V1. Immediately went up against me, but closed below halfway. That would have been my stop. I covered some at 49.55. I covered some at 49.34. And then I covered some at 49.12 because it got down near the 30 RSI, got down near the -3rd ATR channel. I felt like that was plenty for me in 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, and 30 minutes. And it did go lower. It actually went significantly lower, but you know, as Ava and I were talking about the other night, you know, when I have a nice, good, solid trade, I generally just go looking for other game, right? I go looking for other trades that have better risk to reward ratio. So I shorted at 49.72, covered at 49.55, covered at 49.34, and covered at 49.12. So that was a nice trade there. And then, of course, Apple, a day can't go by without me trading Apple. Everyone knows that. Okay, here we go. This was Apple in the morning. We were below the value zone. We rallied into the value zone. Not that great of a washout, but what I liked were the sideways motion, the real sideways motion here, and the MACD was positive, and it was a bullish engulfing bar. I bought at 146.30. I sold part at 146.62, another part at 146.80 as it continued to move up, another part at 147.16, and then as we got up here to the third ATR channel, that was enough for me on the trade at 147.39. So I got in at 146.03, got out at 146.62, got out at 146.80, 147.16, and then 147.39. So nice profitable trade there, although I did get whomped up on here. On my last Apple trade, we were down at the negative third ATR channel. I liked the false breakout to the downside and the V1. I bought at 146.56. It initially went my way. I was like, yeah, I think I got this. Came up here, and then we had that huge, big dump in the futures and in the market, and I was right in the middle of that. So this one was a loss from 146.56 to 146.10. So I lost 46 cents on that trade. But all in all, still profitable on the day trades. So I'm very grateful for that. Day trades have been very good to me this month and have helped mitigate some of the losses on the swing trades. Okie dokie, Smokey. Steve says VIX was rejected intraday near the 70 RSIs in the first minute of trading this morning. Yeah, the VIX has been oh, you're talking about the index, Steve. Okay, I don't have that one handy. Well, I guess I could do it this way. There we go. That's what Steve's talking about. It got right up near the 70 RSI, got right up near the highs of the previous high, and then big rejection. Big rejection on the way down, which in my opinion is good for the market. All right, give me one sec. All right. Okie doke. Tom says BTC making a nice run over the 200 today. All right, let's take a look at BTC then. Oh, up 2,000 points. Yeah, so depending what chart you're at, but I had the 200 way back here, the last entry right about 39.90. So yeah, the 200 on that has moved up nicely. I don't know, Tom, if you're talking about the daily chart or a different chart, or you know how it is. Different charts have different readings and so forth. We discussed that last night with the adjusting for dividends. Okay. All right. Steve says UUP broke to the upside. Not good for metals. Yeah, no, metals are down today. What's gold down? 94 cents. Yep. Yeah, I mean, this was a massive dump down and then a massive V. And we got right up to near the 50 RSI. You can see, Tom, you and I were talking about this last night. I told you things go from the 30. The natural flow is from the 30 to 50. They'll run into resistance at the 50. It's exactly where it got, and now it's 45. So it lost the resistance, and it looks like it could have a close below yesterday's low as well. All right, should we do it? Let's get over your trades and see what's cooking. All right, Steve Burns and the Dynamic Duo did take RBLX yesterday with a 520 crossover. They bought it at 83.71. It's currently 81.34. It is down 2.53% on the day and about the same on the trade as well. Tesla. Tom took Tesla back here at 664.60. It's 676.02. It is down 1.88% today, but Tom is still up on the trade. So congratulations, Tom. We have Gary, David, Michael Martin in ATVI, bought back here with a higher low V2, closed back above the negative third ATR channel at 82.43. Currently is 83.43. It is up on the day, and it's still up on the day for Gary, David, and Michael Martin. ZTS, Jonathan, nice trade on Jonathan. Nice trade on Jonathan. Nice trade on ZTS, Jonathan at 201.40. It's currently 206.72. It's up on the day and also nicely up on the trade. IQV is Dynamic Duo and Ava. Beautiful buy here. The 520 crossover, it looks like at 248.10. It's 256.79, up 0.75%, and nicely up on the trade. Congratulations there. AGQ, Steve bought AGQ with an under 30, over 30 at 37.18. It's currently 35.47. This one is down on the day, and this one is now down on the trade. FAS, Frank bought FAS all the way back here at 109.05. Had a huge run up, has pulled back a bit, back into the value zone. It is down 2.11%, but it is up on the trade, which is important. McDonald's, Dynamic Duo bought McDonald's with a return to value sideways motion, V2 in the value zone at 235.60. It's 237.43. It's down 0.27% today, but it is nicely up on the trade. And they did sell half yesterday, which I'm glad to see because that saved them some money because it is down today. But again, still up on the trade. So way to go. Pins. I don't think we have anyone in pins. Okay. I'll take that off. Here we go. Love. All right. So Ava, this looks pretty bad, but there's a happy ending to this story. Ava bought Love at 56.90, moved up beautifully. Bought with a double test of the 200-day moving average and at 56.90, moved up nicely. She scaled out of the trade, which I'm glad to hear. And then when it got back to break even today, she got out. Thank goodness. She got in at 56.90. It's 53.92. And I hope I had something to do with that, Ava, because my rules, depending on the strategy, is if we move more than 1.5 ATRs from the entry, if it ever gets back to your entry, you want to get out because you don't want to let a nice win turn into a loss. Tom, we were talking about this as well. You can see Ava bought here. It moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. When that happens, I move my emergency stop essentially to break even, and I believe that's what Ava did. So all in all, it was still a profitable trade. And that one little rule there, boy, Ava, so glad for you. Holy hamburgers. Okay. Uber. Kamal bought Uber at 41.45. It is currently 39.74. It's down 2.79% on the day, and it is also down on the trade, unfortunately. UGL, Steve bought UGL at 55.63. It's 57.24. It is down on the day, but Steve's still nicely up on the trade. CNK, oh my. Dynamic Duo did buy CNK at 14.63. Initially went up, but today down 5.22%. So down on the day and down on the trade. And then Spotify, Michael Martin. I think Michael's probably out there driving today. Hey, Michael, good to see glad to have you here. If you're here, please give my best to your wife. Hope you're driving safe. But I don't know if Michael is still in Spotify, but I had him in at 226.35. It's 205.57. Pretty sure he's out of the trade, but I'll just keep it up there until I know for surezies. That's a word, right? For surezies. It's a cross between for sure and New Jersey. Okay. Okay, so anyway, I don't have a lot to deal with here today, thankfully. It's kind of nice, right? So Beyond Meat, I will be getting out for a loss. Overnight SPY, had the overnight SPY loss, buying that again, of course, today at the close. Had the nice short on Pfizer, had the nice, one nice long on Apple and one losing trade on Apple. But anyway, that's what's happening. Okay. Sashi, my name is SK. SK, how you doing? What is your opinion on AMEH? AMEH. Nice to have you here, SK. Apollo Medical Holdings. Well, I don't see anything here, SK, that I would interest me at this moment. We obviously are in a downtrend here. We're at a 3860 RSI. I would be interested in if we could go under 30, over 30. That would be a point for me to potentially take a long trade in there. I see this upward sloping 100-day moving average, the red line over here. If you could, depending how fast the price comes down, it will affect the RSI. But if you could get a confluence of the 30 RSI at the same time you have the 100-day moving average, that's a great confluence of indicators lining up. But I would not be thinking about buying this here right now as it is. Tomorrow, if we had a nice V2 false breakout to the downside, close back above the 50-day SMA, that might interest me. If we look over on the weekly, well, it's had a huge move up. I mean, this pullback seems to be expected. I think it has a few more bucks to the downside. That's my opinion. If you're wrong, at least three more bucks to the downside. But that's just my first thought. But if you're long, I hope it goes back up for you. But if you're not long and you're looking to get in, I would wait for a legitimate signal. Hope that helps, SK. Frank has a poem for us. Boy, my voice today, I hope it holds up, everyone. I've been doing a lot of teaching, and like I said, I'm just a touch under the weather today. Maybe more than a touch. All right, so I put that in there. Okay, what am I doing? Does anyone know what I'm doing? Poem. All right. Don't worry about your money is easy to say, or that feelings don't matter anyway. Protecting principle is key. There's no gray. It's the balance in our account that speaks loudest at the end of the day. Oh, let me take another shot at that. Don't worry about your money is easy to say, or that feelings don't matter anyway. Protecting principle is key. There's no gray. It's the balance in our account that speaks loudest at the end of the day. Yeah, the balance, doesn't matter how good you think your trades are. The balance at the end of the day speaks the truth, doesn't it? And Frank is totally right where he says protecting principle is key. There's no gray. There is no gray area. It's black and white. You have to protect your principle first. That's what it's about. Focus on the risk, the profits will come. If you focus on profits and forget about risk, guess what comes? Yeah, the risk and the loss. I say it all the time. I know I sound like a broken record, but I say it with love, everyone. I say it with love. It is true. I have been through all this nonsense. I have been through lots of nonsense in my 25 years of trading, and I'm just trying to cut through all the BS and try to distill down what is really the most important. And really the most important is focusing on risk 100% of the time, and magically, like with the magic wand, that's where your profits come from. But also, like a negative, unmagic wand, if you only think about profit, the losses will come. I can't explain it. I'm just the messenger. That is what happens. Those are the universal laws of trading. Ask any professional trader, ask the best traders in the world. They'll tell you the same thing. Excuse me. Waterbender, nice to see you, Waterbender. Hope you're having a good day in Chicago. Johan says, nice one, Frank. SK says, thanks. You are welcome. Paxton wants to look at CTAS. Excuse me, everyone. Gosh, dang it. This is a tricky one. Okay. Over the value zone, in the value zone, lower high, never washed out the low, lower high, washed out the low, made a new high, 263,000 shares traded. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is just too high for me, Paxton. It's up at the second ATR channel. I mean, this is all confusing. There's no real clear patterns here. There was a washout and it came up. I mean, I guess you could take it. I guess you could take it. I mean, it gives a good risk to reward ratio. I like where the halfway of the washout bar dovetails nicely with the 20. It's up. So yeah, it's okay. It's just a little hervy scurvy over here with not very clear. There's lots of lower highs and then washouts, and I would just like to see it move up above the value zone and then come back down and then have a real sideways motion. So it's okay. Listen, there are definitely worse trades, and who knows, that one could go up like a rocket ship. SK says, hope you feel better. Take some rest. I am planning on it. I have to teach tonight, and so I am going to be going Betty bye right after the podcast. Mamal, hey Mamal, nice to see you. Oh my gosh, I met Mamal when I was out in Silicon Valley. We had a nice lunch along with Kamal. Really nice to see you coming back. Mamal says, hi Greg, hopping on here today. Could you please take a look at you? Intraday 200 SMA rejection. Oh, I thought you wanted me to do some self-reflection by looking at you or me. Okay. Unity software. Okay. So I actually kind of like this. I mean, we had a big move up. Okay. On large volume. We moved up on the volume. We have come back down on lower volume, which to me shows that there's just not a lot of selling. There's just a little bit of profit taking. We're back in the value zone. We're inside the big bar here. We bounced off the 200-day moving average. I like it. It gives a good risk to reward ratio, and it's a nice pullback. It's a mean reversion. And this is a big move down, but in context of how big this moved up, I think it's okay. Weekly, we had the big up bar. We're come back. We're at 56. The week's okay. I mean, it didn't take out the low. It bounced off the 5. Personally, I like that trade, Momo. Paxton says, thanks, Greg. When I put a symbol, all I'm trying to get is expert explanation. Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm trying to do, bud. That is what I am trying to do. All right, I need to take a little tradey off there. Done and done. Sweet. All right. All right. We're at halftime, everybody. Halftime show. So, listen, at the halftime of the podcast, I like to talk about trading psychology, most important skill in trading. There's some great Twitter channels, Facebook channels out there of people who run these channels, traders, stock educators, mentors, and they post really good information about trading psychology. And one of my favorite is Mark Minervini. Of course, you've heard of Mark Minervini. He's a very famous trader, very famous author, market wizard. And so when Mark posts something, I would think that it would definitely be worth your while to read it, really read it, understand it, internalize it. And because if Mark says it, he's probably been through it and it's good advice. So let's see what Mark Minervini's top trading rules are. Cut all losses short. I talk about this all the time. You got to cut those losses short. You have to be very impatient with your losses. You have to be very patient with your winners. Unfortunately, most people flip it on its head. They're very patient with their losses because they always have hope it's going to come back. Always has hope, right? But when they have a little profit, they want to take it because it feels good, right? And, there's some explanations, evolutionarily speaking, why that is the case, but it is the case. People like to take profits. I love to take profits. It's fun to take profit. It is not fun to take a loss, but 90% of people do it the wrong way. They are patient with their losses. They're impatient with their winners. Guess what? 90% of traders lose money. So how do you think we can fix that? Oh, that's right. We have to switch it on its head. Be very patient with your winners, like Kamal. Kamal is the most patient person in the world with his winners, and he's super impatient. It's a lot of nonsense with his losses. But I say that and I'm joking, but that's his superpower. He gets out of his loss when he's supposed to, and that's all that matters. So number one, cut all losses short. Never average down on a loss. Oh my gosh, I've never done that. Has anyone ever done that? Of course I've done it. Of course I've done it. But the market's telling you that your price is, you bought at a higher price, and so therefore you're wrong. You're wrong on the trade. The market is, don't argue with the market. If you bought somewhere and it's lower than that, the market's telling you it's lower. So of course you're going to average down, and if lots of times it's going to work. It's going to work about 85% of the time, but there will be that time, everyone, where you average down, it keeps going. You average down, it keeps going down. You average down, it keeps going down. Essentially, you're averaging down to a big monster trend. You will run into it eventually. So do yourself a favor. Just don't average down. Get in, get out, get on to the next one. That's it. Only get aggressive when my trades are working. You can get aggressive. There's a time to be aggressive, everyone, but be aggressive when you are doing well. That's the time to do it, because then you are in sync with the market. If you get aggressive when you're doing poorly, it means you are completely out of sync. Why do you want to get aggressive when you've been out of sync? You want to be aggressive when you're in the zone, right? You want to be aggressive when things are going well. There's a big difference between being aggressive when things are not going well and being aggressive when they are going well. Never let a good size gain turn into a loss. All right. We were just talking about Ava's love trade and, the 1.5 ATR trailing stop rule. If I ever move 1.5 ATR 1.5 ATR value from my entry on a majority of my trades, if it ever gets back to my entry, I get out. I am just not going to let a nice gain turn into a loss. I can't handle it. Right? I don't want to do it. And it's a good thing. You shouldn't. Professional traders do not let big winners turn into a loss. And that's what Mark says here. Never let a good size gain turn into a loss. And congratulations to Ava for doing what she was supposed to do there. And then number 5, always get odds on your money. If you're a casino does not have one game where they don't have odds in their favor, except for card counting, and then they kick those people out, right? But there's always a mathematical edge in all the casino games. I used to live in Vegas. I'm very, very familiar with this, with the gaming industry. And you're a trader, you're becoming the casino, you need to get odds on your trades as well. And what does that mean, get odds? That means taking signals that have good quantified back-tested edges, so that it doesn't, casino doesn't win every roll of the dice. They don't win every deal of the card or the spin of the ball on roulette. They don't. But in the long run, they do. And if you have an edge in your trading, in the long run, you will make money as well. So always get odds on your money. So one more time. These are Mark Minervini's top trading rules. Cut all losses short. Never average down on a loss. Only get aggressive when my trades are working. Never let a good size gain turn into a loss. And always get odds on your money. Thank you, Mark Minervini. Appreciate that. That is definitely a helpful saying and post for me to read. And I hope it was helpful for everyone in the group today. So thanks a lot, Mark Minervini. Okie dokie, smoke. All right. DOP, nice to see you, DOP. TER, Teradyne. Thoughts? Yeah, this is a legitimate entry right here, DOP. We went under 30, over 30. We rejected the negative third ATR channel, and we have a V1. It's a good risk to reward ratio. Let's look over here on the weekly. Nothing too interesting on the week, but on the daily, yes, that is a legitimate entry. I don't like that we rejected the 250 though. If I have to be honest, we already, yes, we rejected the 30 RSI, but we've also rejected the 250 above. But this is a legitimate signal in my opinion. Under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 30, over the 30, and a V1. Tom, if you're out there, this is exactly what we were talking about last night during our lesson. Again, the weekly, not too thrilled about the weekly. I wish it was holding support of something, even if it was the support of the 50 EMA here. That's the dotted line. But as is right here, I think, oh, did my streaming data go off? Well, that's not good. Gosh darn it. Oh boy. Let's cross our fingers, everyone. Hope I can get this back. That would not be hot tamale if I could not do that. Ugh. Let's see. We will give it a shot. Come on, baby. Yes. Nice. Nice. We got it. We got it. All right. So the Dow is now negative. Boy, that was quick. That was quick and fast. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Where are we at now? Would you recommend taking a long position in Amazon? So Amazon is on my list today, SK. We can look at it real quick. I was looking at taking a position on Amazon here. If we went under 30, over 30, but earlier in the day we were back above 30. Now we are not. We are below the 30, so that concerns me. It concerns me that we're not above the 30. We rejected the third ATR channel, so at the moment, I would not recommend taking a trade on Amazon. So that's my opinion. SK Mamal says, thank you so much. It was great meeting you as well. Thank you, Mamal. It was great meeting you. Waterbender says, does your course have a toolkit and tips for best odds for managing risk? Yeah, I'm your toolkit. I do have some PowerPoints that are part of the course, Waterbender. But as far as best odds and all that kind of stuff, that's what I teach in the lessons, right? That's why we spend so many hours together. So yeah, I would be your toolkit. So the answer is yes, but I am the toolkit. Paxton says, can you tell me if McDonald's lost to 50 intraday? Okay, let's take a little look-see. All right, 40. Well, yeah, I can look at that right now and tell. It's 49.96. It was much higher during the day. So yes, of course it did. It probably went up to like 51 or 52. Let's get an actual real reading and see. Whoa. 51.44. Yep. So it did reject the 50. Nigma says, I've been reading Trading in the Zone. Such a great book. And I keep hearing echoes from the advice you give here, like Frank's poems. Trading in the Zone is one of the best books you'll ever read. Not necessarily just on trading, specifics of trading, but the psychology of trading, by Mark Douglas. You can go to YouTube and you can just go to YouTube, type in Trading in the Zone. I believe the entire audiobook is on there for free. If you have not listened to it, do yourself a favor. If you've listened to it, listen to it again. I try to listen to it about once a year. But thank you, Nigma. DOP says, if TER couldn't have held above the 250, it would have been a beautiful setup. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that it rejected. I don't like that it rejected the 250, but it is a good risk to reward ratio. It is up on. Are we down or up? Okay, so we're up on the NAS. We're up on the SPY. We're down on the Dow. It's a little scary. I think there's better trades than that, to be honest with you. Glenn. Hey, Glenn. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for everything you're doing for this channel. Appreciate the input and all your expertise on the seasonal patterns of stocks. Glenn says, S&P 500 struggling to break 4420. Could see a dip down to 4360 with options expiration tomorrow. That's right. We have options expirations tomorrow. It's the third Friday of the month. So there definitely could be some volatility. DOP says, thanks for taking a look. Waterbender gives thumbs up. Steve has a sports break. Oh, thank goodness. An old MJ played a young Kobe. An old Michael Jordan played a young Kobe a few times as their careers crossed over. Kobe went 5 for 3 against Jordan in the regular season and 2-1 in the All-Star game for a total of a 7-4 record against Jordan. Well, how about that? Although it was a young Kobe, it was an older Michael Jordan. Be interesting to see if they were both the same age, what that would be like. Would it be like 3.5? I guess not. Would it be half? Would it be a split? Steve says, what a crazy price action day. My SPY put went back in the money for now. All right. Sweet. Oh gosh, I'm really slow today. Sorry. Amazon, I don't like it. Boeing, I do not like it. It's not holding anything. Johnson and Johnson. Looking at this as a potential short here. I liked it better when it was rejecting the halfway of the bar. It did reject the 70 RSI and whatever. I will keep that. It's actually one of the only ones that I'm somewhat interested in. WBA, is it holding the 200-day moving average? It is. I think there's better. XLE under the 30 over the 30. I wish it were back above the negative third ATR channel as well. Exxon, I do like Exxon. I like the under 200, over 200. Yes, it is under the 30 RSI. I'm well aware of that, but it did bounce off the 200-day moving average, which I like, and it is holding support at the negative 2 ATR channel on the week. So I kind of like Exxon here. WB, Weibo Corporation, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 250, over the 250. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not down much today, holding the negative 1 ATR channel. Kind of makes sense. TSM, I like the under 250, over 250, and the under 30, over 30. I feel like it's a little stretched at this point. I think I would wait for maybe pull back here to give me a better risk to reward. STNE, under 30, over 30, plus a V1, under the negative third, over the negative third. No real support on the weekly. MasterCard, I was looking at MasterCard earlier here when it was over the 200-day moving average, but now unfortunately it is under 357.08. We're at 356.85. If we get an end-of-day rally, I would be interested in that. And then Roku, under 30, over 30, but now it has lost it. So really, my two favorite on the day here, Exxon with the deep dip buy and rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel, while the weekly is rejecting the second ATR channel, and MasterCard if and only if it closes above the 200-day. So XOM and MasterCard are my potentials for today. Have to go ahead and sell Beyond Meat right now. Take the loss. All right, so I did exit out of Beyond Meat. I will be buying SPY at the close. I am looking at Exxon here, again, with the rejection of the 200-day moving average on the weekly. I also like the week with the rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel. And then potentially MasterCard. I probably take MasterCard over Exxon given the choice, but it's 357.08. It's 356.90. We have 10 minutes. It certainly could rally and close above, and if it does, then I will probably pick MasterCard. It does backtest really well over the 200-day moving average. is my... Okay. All right. MasterCard still under. Okay. We have about 8 minutes to go. Jeez Louise. Michael says, my new favorite Greg Gossett quote is, I am the toolkit. That's right. I to the future, 97.5% of the Earth's water is salt. Saltwater desalination market is projected to grow 9.5% and reach 32 billion. Khalid said, what do you rely on when choosing your watch list? I see some crossover signals on your screens. Is this your watch list? Did you backtest them or you just take any crossovers? No, I backtest. I have to, you know, I will only take crossovers, Khalid, that backtest positively. As far as my watch list is comprised of a lot of different types of industries, monster stocks and all different type of industries, bonds, silver, you know, outside of equity as well, and then of course indexes as well. But no, I rarely will take any crossover. I won't just take any crossover. It has to backtest well. Hope that helps. Frank says, J&J could use another shot in the arm. Haha, nice. Nigma says, that's nice to hear about XOM, Greg. Ava says, ENPH retested 200 and staying above for now. ENPH. Yes, it is for now. Did you check the weekly, Ava? In the value zone. It's okay. It's neutral. Seriously, I find anything in oil really tough to get a grip on. That's good. That's Casey. Do you mind letting us know what you like about Trade Navigator? Apologies. Yes, I will. I'm going to have to concentrate on my trades here, though. After the market closes, I will touch on that. Okay, SK? VIX taking off like a crazy person again. At 29.88. That's 18 cents. That's $180. 180. Okay, done with that. All right, again, I did sell Beyond Meat. I'm looking at Exxon here with the close back above. MasterCard, not gonna get it done as of right now. And I'm gonna be buying Exxon here. Okay. Good to go. So I bought Exxon. I'm still looking at MasterCard here, but it's still 18 cents away from me buying it. Dow down 96 points now. NASDAQ just about break even. I find anything oil really tough to get a grip on. That's so good, Frank. Really good. It's like Amazon closing at the low. Where's Alibaba? Oh, goodness me. Not so hot tamale. All right, we have about 3 minutes. It's possible I would also buy MasterCard here as well. 357.08, it's 356.88, so unlikely. Unlikely. But if it does, I'm in. We have about 1.5 minutes. So I already bought Exxon. With that deep dip buy. Rejection of the 200-day moving average, Ava. That's the reason me buying Exxon was the rejection of the 200-day moving average. Is under 30, I am aware of that. But it is holding the 200-day moving average. MasterCard is trying. It's trying like a champ. Don't know if it's going to have it. Yep, under the 30 and just over 200. That's correct. That's why I bought it. Oh, snap. I might be able to get it. Yes, it's above. I bought it. All right. Please hold above. Please. Now I'm begging. All right. Okay, good. I got it. Nice. So I bought 2 positions today. Doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen sometimes. All right, so I bought Exxon at 52.66. I bought SPY, overnight SPY trade at 439.86. And I bought, where did it go? Hello. I bought MasterCard at 357.22. Okay, here we go. Exxon. I bought Exxon a little earlier. I bought it at 52.66. All right, so 52.66. I am in Exxon. I'm also in MasterCard at 357.22. $357.22. And I am in SPY at 439.86. All right, so well, I have a few positions now again. I did get rid of Beyond Meat. So I have Exxon, Spy, and Master. That's what I've got. So if you have any new positions today that you want me to update on the board, if you're one of my students, if you could please go ahead, put them in the live stream now, and I will get to it in just a sec, and we'll get them all updated. Excuse me, everyone. Sorry. But before we get to that, just wanted to remind everybody that a few things. I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening via Skype. I really love to teach. I think the best way to learn anything is one-on-one with your teacher or your mentor. I teach a really good course. It's a total of 15 hours, just one-on-one, you and I on Skype, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours per piece. And it's a great course. You're going to learn a lot about trading. You are going to become a better trader. I can promise you that. I'm going to teach you step by step all 5 of the different approaches, stock trading approaches that I use. Like I said, step by step. All the stuff I talk about, having a complete trading plan, I will drill it and ingrain it into your head. So if you are interested, the course does cost $1,750. It's worth every penny. I promise you that. And if you're interested, send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. Just in the subject line, say, hey, Greg, interested in potentially taking your course. I will reach back out to you and say, thank you. Thanks for saying hi. Let's set up a Skype call. The Skype call is free, everyone. I promise you, it's not a sales call. I just want to get to know you a little bit better, learn more about you and your trading, your challenges and your goals. And it's also a good time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course. Then when we're done with the Skype call, think about it as long as you want. And if one day you decide today's the day that I really want to become a better trader, email me, say, Greg, I'm ready. And I'll say, great. We'll set it up, we'll schedule it, and we'll get going. And I will do my very, very best. I work very hard, burn a lot of calories, and it's very important to me that my students succeed in trading. It really is. Secondly, if you're not able to do the one-on-one course, I have an online video course available on udemy.com. It's a great course. I've got so many great reviews from all over the world and feedback on this course. Deep dip buy strategy is, of course, one of my main strategies. I used it today. I used it today on MasterCard, and I used it on Exxon. And in that course, I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. The best news, there's a ton of content in there. It's 9.5 hours, 15 videos, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. And it only costs like $12 or $15 on udemy.com. So the link's in the description for Udemy. Go invest the $12 or $15, take the course. It will make this podcast, it will make it easier to understand this podcast, because everything I talk about in that podcast, I teach in that course. So, if you have extra $12 lying around and you have some time, please take it. It will make you a better trader. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, if you could hit the thumbs up button today before you leave, I would really appreciate that. It really does help the channel, helps bring new people to the channel. A lot of people out there need help with trading. So you could help me, help them, and help them get here to this channel. All you have to do is hit the thumbs up button. And if you have, thank you. And if you haven't, if you found something of value, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Now, I'm sure we have all sorts of stuff going on here. So let's see what happens. I didn't get to everyone's post. I apologize, everybody. They were kind of coming fast and furious. RBLX, Steve did exit RBLX. All right, Steve, good trade. I exited my metal trades on the UUP breakout and AGQ breakdown. So UGL, Steve got out of UGL with a gain. Very nice, Steve. And also out of AGQ. Okay. Glenn says XLU, XLV, and XLP leading. Looks like market is moving to risk off. Yeah, XLU, utilities, healthcare, consumer discretionaries generally catch a bid when the market is in risk off. Frank says OPEC meeting on Monday. Good to know. Michael says, if you only have one position in your portfolio and no others, do you ever buy two stocks in one day to get up to total of three, or is that a rule violation? No, I mean, I bought two today, Michael. I usually don't buy two, or if I buy two, I buy halves, but I didn't have a lot of positions, thankfully, coming into this, and both of the trades I took are good risk to reward. So, I mean, there's always exceptions to the rules, but I don't feel like it's a hard and fast rule. I mean, if you have several positions already and adding a couple more seems a little like throwing caution to the wind. But, like me, I really only had one position. So I try to just buy the very best one each day. But again, because I only had one position and we're pretty low here on a lot of these. I made the decision that it was okay to buy both. So Kamal says, no changes. Kept Uber, hard stop. Okay, sounds good. Rich says, thanks, Greg. Got to go. Happy trading, everyone. Thank you, Rich, for coming by. I will see you tonight at during our lesson. Looking forward to it, bud. Steve says, I exited my SPY puts for a 15.5% loss this morning after the VIX reversal this morning. Okay, so we'll take Steve off of the SPY puts. All right. Frank, Tom is out of Beyond Meat. No trades. Okay. Glad you're following the rules there, Tom. Frank says, add a fast. Cash is a position. Cash is a position. Dr. Alexander always told me that. There's three positions. Long, short, and cash. Johan says, thanks, Greg, and everyone for the session. Hope your voice gets better for tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little weak today. Glenn says, brave trade, Greg. XOM weekly. Oh, no, I don't like the start of that. XOM weekly chart looks horrible with break below weekly 200 SMA. Seasonally, XOM is 0 and 5 in August. Best time to buy is November with demand for oil in winter. Well, we shall see, right? I position size correctly. I did like the bounce here. The weekly chart doesn't look great, but what I've kind of divined out of it, Glenn, is that we bounced off the second ATR channel here on the weekly. So we found support on the weekly at the -2 ATR channel, and we also found support at the 200-day moving average on the daily. So, that's how I trade, Glenn. We all trade differently and have different approaches and so forth. But yeah, I wish that Exxon seasonally it was good, but we shall see, right? Put the trade on. I know what I'm going to do regardless of what happens. Paxton is out of RBLX. Oh, I already took that off. Out of McDonald's. Out of CNK. And out of Beyond Meat. Wow, the board, everyone, is shrinking. The Gossett trading indicator seems to be spot on again. Remember when I said that the more positions that we have on the board, the more likely we are near a top? Well, that did play out correctly. I don't know how many positions we had. We had 4 times more than this. Now we're down to just a few. So divine out of that what you may. Ava is out of love, new positions. Oh, Ava's out of love, no new positions. All right. But it was a great exit of love too. Really, really good, Ava. Very proud of you for getting out at that break even. That was impressive. All right. So that's what I have. Exxon, rejection of the 200-day moving average today. SPY, regular overnight SPY trade. MasterCard, close barely above the 200-day moving average. I like this on a stock like MasterCard, but we shall see. No guarantees. All right, what's happening after hours? Do we dare look? VIX is down. Apple is up. Gold is up a penny. MasterCard's even. SPY is up 50 cents. Very nice. Tesla's down a little bit. What about Exxon? Up 4 cents. I'll take it. Listen, everyone, before we get out of here, I do like to read this saying every day. It doesn't have anything to do with stocks or trading, but I think it's important. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction, by Martin Kornfeld. It's pretty simple, everyone. Let's do one random act of kindness daily. If we could do that for another human being, that would be wonderful. If we could do that for an animal as well, that would be tremendous. One nice thing for a human, one nice thing for an animal. If everyone did that, of course, the world would be a better place. So, I have a little platform here. It's not big, but, enough for me to get up on my soapbox just for a second and try to spread a good message. And, maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there for you as well. Right? So, all right. Now, I know Paxton says, thanks, Greg. Tracy and I will be in O-Town tonight and in the morning for my aunt's funeral. She died too young. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Packy. Everyone stop smoking cigarettes, please. I'm very sorry to hear that. Rainy day funeral. Yep, my condolences to Paxton. Waterbender says, do you sell SPY in the pre-market or out the open? I sell it at the open, Waterbender. I buy it during the day with a market on close order, meaning that it just closes at the end of the day. It buys at the end of the day. And then after the market closes, I just say sell however many shares market, and we'll sell it first thing the next morning. Now, I believe Khalid asked me a question earlier, or someone did. Oh, SK did. Or Khalid says, what do you rely on when choosing your watch list? I see some crossover signals on your screen. Is this your watch list? Did you back test them, or do you take any crossovers? Yeah, I do back test everything that I take. Doesn't mean they have to back test well to have them on in my watch list, but in my watch list, like I said, I just try to have a variety of the biggest stocks: oil, tobacco, tech, healthcare, industrials, whatever, crypto, right? Of course, I have all the indexes. Very important. I have oil, gas, bonds, silver, dollar, because I like to get outside of equities as well. So I just want a nice cross-section of the biggest, a cross-section of stocks on my watch list that incorporate all the different industries, and then the indexes. And then that's step one. Step two is, if I look at a particular stock and it has a crossover, before I'll take it, I will back test it to make sure that particular back test does back test well. If it doesn't, I generally will not take the trade. So I hope that helps, Khalid. SK says, do you mind letting us know what you like about Trade Navigators? Apologies, it's been covered elsewhere. No, I really like Trade Navigator. They sponsor me. But if you get Trade Navigator, I don't get any money or anything like that. I want you to know that up front. But I love Trade Navigator. I've been using it for over 20 years. I like how I have my watch list over here. I like how I can put my positions here. There's so many things that this does that I don't use, but I would say one of the nicest things that I like about Trade Navigator is the what if tool. And Steve Burns has talked about this many times. Here it is, what if. So if I do the last bar, you can see right now Exxon is 28.52. But I can drag it down to where it was at the very bottom of the day, and I can see what the low is. It was 26.88. So when I'm looking for under 30, over 30s, this tool is invaluable, right? I have lots of people go, hey, check XYZ stock. Did it go under 30, over 30? And I can measure it exactly. So just that one tool, and I've never seen it on any other platform. It's probably out there. And maybe on Trade Navigator, maybe it's a custom code as far as figuring that out. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I love Trade Navigator. I don't make any money or commissions or anything like that if you buy Trade Navigator. And if you do, let me know. I'll help you set it up. Because it's kind of a bear to set up. I helped Anya set it up the other night, and helped Rich set it up the other night as well, because they're my students. Yeah, if you get Trade Navigator, let me know. I know it very, very well. You see me zipping around on it. But yeah, the what if tool and how I can lay out my stuff, and that's why I really like Trade Navigator. Okay. Well, as promised, I'm going to head to bed. I'm a little tired. And I do teach tonight, so I want to get a little rest. And does anyone else have any other comments, questions, anything like that? If you do, let me know. Jokes, haikus, poems, interesting facts. All right. Well, listen, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a good rest of your day. Be good. Be safe. Drive safe. Be kind to other human beings. Be kind to animals. Study your charts. Do some deep breathing. Just something positive today, right? And again, if you like today's podcast, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button yet, I would really appreciate that on the way out. And so tomorrow's Friday. It's been a wild week, everyone. But I appreciate you being here. Hope you're keeping safe. Have a good rest of your day. And Tom says, take care, Greg. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, bud. Looking forward to our lesson next week. And I think that's it for today. So we'll talk to you later. Take care. Thanks for coming. Bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.